everybody.
Had a good week?
Hope so.
Because ours was good.
So this week, come join us and Nosy and the rest of the furry crew. Come join us this week as we continue our journey north towards Newport, Rhode Island.
Almost there. Almost there.
Almost there. We had to look for a few, about two or I think it was three in total.
Yeah.
We had to
Good
look
windows.
for smaller windows to go offshore on the outside.
Yeah. We couldn't just do it in one shot.
Yeah, the windows this year are shorter, interspersed with some tropical waves and fronts up north and blah-de.
Thunderstorms and
Lots and lots of thunderstorms.
squalls,
So
lightning.
So
Dolphins.
We left you last week part way to Beaufort, North Carolina. We continue our journey to Beaufort.
Yes.
And we had a really good solid window,
Yeah.
except it kind of closed on us at the end. So
Slam.
we had to go into Beaufort, which is a pretty narrow channel, before sunrise. Our intent was to
4
wait.
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, our intent was to wait for first light so that we could comfortably navigate our way in. But the squalls creeped in around us.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
got
yeah.
a very dark line.
Dark and wet.
Yeah, so, and lots of
scary.
little red dots
Yeah.
on the lightning app.
You'll see that. You'll see that.
Yeah, so we went in the dark into Beaufort. Not something we usually do, going into ports in the dark.
Yeah, you'll see that.
especially-
I keep ranting and raving about don't go in the dark, don't go in the dark. And what did we do?
Well, we're not fond of going in the dark even when it's kind of wide open, but when you have to navigate a narrow channel, it's that much more
With swell and
trepidatious.
winds and yeah.
But sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
So come join us this week when we did what we had to do.
We went in the dark.
We spend a little bit of time in Beaufort waiting
Yeah.
for our next window to continue our way around Cape Hatteras and to venture on to New England.
Look at some wildlife, some houses, you'll see. Good pictures. So, come and join us.
Come
we'll
along
see
for
you
the
at the
ride.
end. Say that again.
Come along for the ride.
Come along for the ride. We'll see you at the end. All right. So we took down the main. As you can tell, there's no wind. I mean, none. So they do predict that these monsters over there are going to come and bite us in the butt the closer we get to town, which is always fun because that's where you need to be able to maneuver. And then you get the toughest wind, the toughest wave. Sounds like we're going to get a swell from one side, the waves from the other, and the wind from the back. So we're going to try to aim for 435, so the slack is at that time, so there's no current pushing us either way, and then we're going to get in there. Once we're in, it's pretty well okay that you just can keep on moving straight up the channel. So yeah, the main was kind of useless and was just rubbing on everything, so it's like, okay, let's take her down. No more visits from the dolphins, which was just spectacular. I love it. You can see the swell is coming from the east, southeast. Oh, those are flying fish. Talking about flying fish, we used to have like small little flying fish, 4 inches to 6 inches maybe, the biggest. Here they're like 6 inches to a foot. They're not like little flying fish. They're like eagle flying fish. It's bang. One hit the anchor a couple of days ago. One landed on deck, rescued that one, pushed it off. Another one landed on deck back here, and Michelle had to rescue it. That one was about a foot long. That was a monster fish. And then another one was out at the back lazarette, and all I could hear was this rattling. And I thought, oh my God, what's going on with the autopilot? And I looked everywhere, opened the lazarette thinking it's in there, something stuck in the mechanism. And there's this fish looking at me like, I'm dying. So I tossed it out. It got stuck on the platform back there. So I had to hose it out. I hosed it with fresh water. I'm hoping it lived. If not, it probably got eaten by a dolphin because that's what they chase. So yeah, good luck to that little fishy. You try to be good on one side and you lose it on the other. So other than that, we're just killing time right now, because if we push it too hard, we can't push it hard enough to get in the night, like tonight. So we have to get in. If we get in, we'll get in at midnight, and it's not really our fancy to come in at night. I mean, it's just asking for trouble. If anything develops while we're coming in, on top of all you've got, then you can't see where you're going. You kind of have to do blind pilotage. A lot of people do that at night. I'm not a fan of it. If you can do it during the day, I say do it during the day. If it was an emergency, I'd say, yeah, okay, we could try that. But it's not an emergency. We could hang out here. And I much prefer taking a squall out here than taking a squall out where it's tight quarters. Being out in the open, I mean, you can deal with it. You can turn into it. You can, you know, put your engines full on and get into it. I mean, you've seen it in the past episodes, where we got hit by a squall, 40 knot wind. The main was stuck open at the first reef, and we kept going. You just turned into it. You get pushed aside a little bit, but if you turn right into it, you should be okay. So I really don't recommend getting up into tight quarters in the middle of the night in a possibility of a squall. Not my fan. All right, I said to Michelle I was not going to talk that long, but here I am, I'm rambling on. Folks, so while we sit here awaiting our next bleep kicking, we
No more bleep kicking. No more bleep kicking.
Yeah, good luck. Take a look at the aft picture. So it's coming on land. Probably if you look over here, see all these nice clouds? That's one part of it. That's the south part of it. And then there's a north part of it, which we can't see. I don't think, let me see. It's more than 12 miles away. And it's overland. So we probably don't see it. But it's out there somewhere. And it's coming. All right. Winds are picking up. Whitecaps are happening. Those are signs of the storm coming. What do we got here? 12 knots wind. That was predicted. And the storm right now is sitting up here. And as I'm looking on the lightning app, it's moving pretty far northeast. If we're lucky, it might just zip in front of us. So keep your fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. Well, folks, I don't want to speak too soon, but as we looked at the app, it looks like that system is tracking straight northeast, which is basically parallel to what we're doing. So it's staying on shore. So let's touch some wood. Looks like we might be okay.
Good evening. So we are in Onslow Bay, which is the bay just outside of Beaufort, North Carolina. And what do you hear? Just the water. Finally turned the engine off. We actually put the main up today, hoping to get a sail as the wind started to pick up. And then it started getting pretty squally around us, and there's squalls predicted. So what we decided to do, because we can't go too fast because it's going to take us, the quickest we can get there is like 10 o'clock tonight, which is too late because it's dark. We don't like going in places in the dark, and it's also timing with the currents. So we've been slowing down so that we could get in at first light tomorrow, which means we deal with watching for squalls from this afternoon through tonight and into tomorrow morning, but the worst is starting tomorrow. Today they're predicting it, but it's more, earlier today it was stray, and now it's more predicted isolated. So knock wood, so far, as you can see, we're doing quite well. There was a big whopping line that looked pretty ominous, but it's all moved on land. We have a wonderful app that we've been using their radar on, as well as our own radar for closer up. But the app allows us to see the big weather radar picture. And it's actually a lightning monitoring app, but it also allows us to see the rain cell and the lightning component. So we put the jib out, took the main down because we figured if we get hit with a big squall, if the main's already down, it's going to be a lot easier to deal with. The squalls were predicted to be up to 35 knots. But the ones we've seen, even if they're not more than 35 knots, I mean 35 knots is a pretty measurable wind, but you're not talking 50 knots. However, the rain can be pretty torrential. You can't see a thing. The seas kick up. 35 knots of wind is pretty big enough. So we took the main down to avoid having to take the main down if a squall hits. And because we needed to slow down, we figured we'll just use the jib because the wind is now on our starboard quarter. So as you can see, we have our jib out, and we're also getting pushed by the current by about 1.5 knots. So our speed over ground is 5 knots with just the jib. So if we had the main up, we'd be going too fast. We'd get there too soon. And at 5 knots with just the jib up, it's perfect. We'll get there for about 5:30. So, no more engine. Running that engine nonstop since we left. It's really lovely to be here just under sail. Let's have a listen.
Well, when my wife turns over a watch to me, she sure knows what she's doing. Things are getting spicier. These guys are doing donuts around me. Some of these guys have no AIS. And some of these guys are hiding in the dark. It's very interesting. Lights are coming on and off. I'm just gonna try to keep my nose clean and get out of the way.
So we are going in Beaufort Channel in the dark because there were some massive, big, looming rain clouds ahead that are probably over our head right now. And I'm under the Dodger with the iPad. And Hero Dennis Captain is at the wheel. We've gone past the channel marker and we're approaching the first red and green. As you could. Second red and green. Sorry.
You can tell them this is like landing a plane in very slow motion.
Dennis says this is like landing a plane in very slow motion. There's some bird out there that's flying back and forth behind you. This way. Like seriously, he's right behind you. So there's a couple, the waves are not helping, they're right up our butt. And on average, how big do you think they are, Dennis?
I can't tell, but I would say 5, 6 feet.
So about 5-6 feet, but every once in a while there's one that, I don't know, like a good 7 feet, if not 8 feet. All right, so we have arrived Beaufort, the town creek anchorage, and that was pretty intense. And he is passed out. Pretty much up most of the night, and it's pretty blowy. It looked like a rain cell was going to come overhead, and it's passed over. So we skirted the rain cells coming in, which was really phenomenal. And we were here last December. This is that island that they have tons of birds and some wild horses. And it's so much greener. It was all brown.
Folks, this is it. We've walked the dog, had breakfast. Birds are chasing their own breakfast. Not sure why this guy dropped a fish in the water. Probably bad tasting fish. So yeah, we're taking off today. A 2.5 day trip to Cape May. So looks like we're gonna have good winds. You think you can move a little bit?
Almost 23 feet. All right, so we are heading towards Beaufort Inlet, leaving Beaufort. It is a beautiful, warm, sunny day, as you can see from the people on the beaches. On our way to getting around Cape Hatteras for tomorrow. What's the good news is that the wind and swell have turned east to southeast, because it was the last couple of days from the north, and so it's doing what it's supposed to do. And the good news is that's what we need for going around Cape Hatteras. The not great news is right now we're having to beat into it, which is pretty darn uncomfortable for everyone. We've got the main up, but we're pretty much motoring. We've got about, I think, another 20, maybe 30 minutes max where we get to at least turn off some to get around Cape Lookout. And then once we get all the way around Cape Lookout, we'll be able to head slightly northeast. But right now, it's pretty bouncy on the nose. Fun, but at least it's going to be short-lived. So there you go. Oh my God.
I know, it's everywhere. Hi guys. Hi. The water is great. Oh, I wish I could go swimming with you guys. Hi. I'm sure it is. Cool. Hi. high, Wally? What do you think, Wally? They're on the other side. Yeah, that's the side. Hi guys! Okay, cool. Oh, no, there's one left.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you.
We'd really like to thank our viewers, subscribers, and family and friends that are out there watching us.
And our first Patreons
Came and
membership.
joined us.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
So
we'd
thank
like
you to you guys. Thank you to everybody.
And we'll see you next week as we continue our journey north.
Take care.